Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today is going to be something a little bit different. Every time I walk in my shed, I have this urge to sort of change things up in here. It's kind of been the same layout and everything since I built it, since over a year now. And the main thing that annoys me about this shed is my workbench. This here. You can't even really see it at the moment because it's just covered in stuff everywhere. But underneath that stuff is a workbench, believe it or not. I've had it for about sort of 3 or 4 years now. It's not very big, it's not very sturdy, and I just kind of want to upgrade. It just so happens that my dad is actually having a kitchen remodel at the moment at his, so his whole kitchen is being chucked out, and they're having a whole new kitchen in, which means that there is units being thrown out, worktops being thrown out, and if you're anything like me or anything like my dad, because he's exactly the same, I hate seeing things be thrown in and skip. If they're usable, that is. So what the plan is, and this is what I'm going to try and do, is I'm going to get rid of this workbench. I'll either donate it to a friend or just keep it in my other shed and sort of store it away for now. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to clear all this rubbish along here, all the way up to this red tool cart thing. I want to clear all this out, and then tomorrow, because today's Wednesday, and my dad comes round every Thursday for tea, I've asked him if he can bring the units and the worktop with him so that tomorrow night we can try and fit it. What's good about it is the units are already all put together, the doors are on, everything like that. All it will take to fit it is literally just to put them in place next to each other. I've got 3 units and 1 worktop. 2 have got like cupboard doors on and 1's got drawers, so it'd be quite handy. Just sit them next to each other, screw them together, and then stick the worktop on, screw that on, and that should be, jobs are good now. I might even screw it to the wall of the shed as well, just to keep it from sort of moving around. And that should give me quite a solid workbench, and it'll be a lot longer. This one ends here, as you can see, but the other one should cover this gap here and go all the way to there. I think it's 180 centimeters long, so it should be a decent length. And it should give me a lot more area to work, because at the minute, once this stuff's not on here, it's not usually on here like this. When that's not on there, I only have this small like rectangle to work and actually like work on stuff on the workbench. So I'm hoping that's going to give me a lot bigger area. And you know, kitchen worktops are quite thick. They're sort of smooth, so they're really nice to work on when you're working with little bits and pieces. So enough waffling, that's the plan. I might show you a before and after of this. I'm not going to show you me tearing it all away. I'm basically just going to clear this up and get this space empty for tomorrow so that I can fit the new stuff. So I'll give you a shot of before, I'll give you a shot of after, and then I'll pick the camera up tomorrow when my dad comes round. If he can fit all 3 units in his car, which I'm hoping he can, I will film also us putting them together and putting them up, and then I can sort of store all my stuff in the cupboard. Stuff like this is what I want to store in there, all like my cases and stuff. And all my cleaning products and bottles and stuff like that. I hate seeing it on there, it's really untidy. So hopefully I'll be able to store that in the cupboards and the drawers. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this little shed modification. I've wanted to do it for ages, it's long overdue. I thought maybe it would inspire some of you if you've got a shed and you're looking for some sort of work area. Kitchen units, if you can find someone that's getting rid of their kitchen, are really good for this sort of thing. So I'm now going to tackle this workbench, get all this stuff sorted. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so this is where we're at the minute with the whole workbench situation. As you can see, it's gone, completely gone. So I've got this space now. This should be now big enough from that tool cart there to the wall to fit the worktop that I've got. I think Dad said it was 180 centimeters or something, and I think that is just over 180 there. So I'm going to hoover this up, clean that all up. I don't know if I'm going to fit it tomorrow night because he'll be coming over in the evening. Might be a bit dark for that. So I might wait until Friday to do it, because then we've got light and a lot more time as well. Okay, so it's a couple of days later now, and as you can see, my shed looks like an absolute bomb hit it. My old workbench is here, all taken apart. All my stuff is over there, and this here is the new, what is going to be the new workbench once it's put together. My dad brought this over last night, and it consists of 1 unit with drawers in it. It's got 3 drawers. 1 unit that's just a cupboard. Opens the other way. It's just got like a shelf in the middle. And then there's another one like that, but I think it's just a tiny bit smaller, not quite as wide. So I've got two options on how I want to build this thing. Obviously this is going to be going on top. The plan was to have sort of the three next to each other, but my dad actually brought up last night that it might be quite a good idea to have one either side and then a hole in the middle so that I can sort of sit at like a desk, so there's like a place to put my legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one of these either side. I'm going to make up the other one because as you can see it's in bits at the moment, the third one. Make that up, put it in there and see which way I like it best. I don't know if I'm going to like it better with two and a space to put my legs, or just three so I can just stand up, because I used to just stand at my desk. I would just stand here like this and do whatever work I had to do when this one was up. So I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get this one made up first and then I'll decide the best way to do it. So this right here is one possibility. This is just mocked up at the minute. I haven't screwed anything down, but that's sort of one possibility, with a gap in the middle to put your legs, and you can get like a chair here so I can sit here and work on bits. Although I feel like that's like a bit of a wasted space. When you've got a shed this size and this much stuff, you kind of need to use every part that you can for storage. So I'm thinking I might get the other unit built up, and that is going to have to go in there, I think, just so that I've got some extra storage space for all this stuff. I've just got so much stuff. I think that's the issue. If I didn't have so much stuff, this would be perfect, but I think I'm going to need to use that for storage. So that there is roughly what it will look like with all three units. I think this is a much better use of space, because as you can see now I've got a cupboard there, cupboard here, big cupboard, huge cupboard, and then I've got three drawers here as well to put various different things, tools and such. I think that's a much better use of the space, having the three units. I don't really find myself wanting to sit down particularly when I'm working here anyway, so standing here like this is just fine. It's a really good level. So it's a little bit higher than my other workbench, probably 2 or 3 inches higher, so it's a much better work height for me. So all I need to do now is sort out a little bit of the wiring behind it, and then get them in position where I want them, and then screw the worktop to the actual units themselves, and that should be it. That should be done, and then I can start putting all my stuff, all my rubbish. What's good about doing this though is I can go through everything and sort out, you know, stuff I don't need anymore, stuff I don't want anymore. Maybe I can give some stuff to my dad that I've got sort of 2 lots of. So I'm going to fill these cupboards with various stuff. I'm probably going to put away all my paints and stuff as well, because I don't really like seeing them on there. Maybe a smaller cupboard will be good for sort of cleaning products and painting products and stuff like that. That can all go in there. So yeah, I'm going to get on to screwing these down, and then I'll come back to you and we'll go through sorting out all my stuff. So I'm currently about halfway through the process of going through all my stuff and putting stuff away in the new workbench and stuff. I figured I'd just show you sort of the halfway point, just so you can see sort of what I've been up to. So from this angle you can see the workbench. I put my sort of charging station back on there, that's what I like to call it. It's just an old toolbox which has got all my chargers and stuff in it. I've then put my extension lead on there so I can plug all my chargers into it. My speaker, I don't know if that's going to be staying there. I might have to put my pillar drill on here, not sure. All this is not going to be staying on there either. I've still got to put my vise here. I'm going to put it at this end, around here, bolt it to the table. I've been going through all of my racking as well. From here downwards is all Corsa parts, like spare parts and stuff like that. And then on this one I'm going to have all tools and just various other bits. That's what the mound now looks like. Still a little bit daunting, but it's not too bad. I've just got so much stuff. I just forget how much stuff that I own. It's just a lot of it is unnecessary, but I'm one of these people that keeps stuff just in case something happens, or just in case I need something. That is like the sort of person I am. But I'm getting there. I think what I'll do is I'm going to crack the rest of this out in the next half an hour, and then I'll show you all done, show you what's in the cupboards, because the cupboards are now full, but I don't want to show you just yet. I'll show you when I'm done. I've still got all that to sort as well. All that stuff out there is going in the bin. All the stuff, cardboard boxes and loads of stuff. I've got a few bits that I'm going to give to my dad as well. Some old tools and stuff. But no, it's going good. I'll update you when I'm done. Okay, so this is essentially the finished product. It's about 95% done at the minute. There's still a few things that I need to do to get it completely done. But I figured I'd show you anyway. You can see my shed is in a lot better condition. I haven't got stuff all jammed up that end. This side of the shed over here has not really changed very much. As you can see, toolbox is in the same place. racking is all in the same place. It's a little bit neater now. I've got like tools and stuff on this side, and this is mainly car parts, Corsa stuff and Focus stuff. I've got my tool cart down there with all my most used tools in the top, just so I can grab them nice and easily. Axle stands. I'll give you guys a better shed tour at a later date when I'll show you everything, but this is the gist. So there's the new workbench with the under cabinets. I think I said this at the start of the video, but this is my dad's old kitchen essentially. He's had a whole new kitchen put in. I can't see this sort of thing get chucked in the bin. This was just going to end up in a skip, and it would drive me crazy. So I figured I'd make use of it, and that's what it looks like. It doesn't look as big on camera as what it does in person. My old workbench came up to about here, I'd say. So I've got about an extra foot, maybe foot and a half on the end, which is nice. Got my charging station over here, all my chargers, toolbox, a few bits and pieces in here. The guns, my drill, my light. I've mounted that onto the shed itself, which is all my plugs. Got my soldering iron. I've got my music. This is like one of the most important things in the shed. Got to have music. This thing actually has got really good bass on it. I got it from Lidl, I think, about 6 months ago. Great little unit. I can't mount my vice yet because, as you can see, my bolts are only this long, and the worktop is sort of pretty much as long as what the bolts are. So I need to get some bolts that are another centimetre or two longer so that I can mount the vice on. For now, it's just going to sit there. That's about where it's going to go anyway, about there. So you can see all this work. Look how much workspace I've got to actually work on stuff. I didn't have this before. I was working out of like a sort of 20 by 20 area on my old workbench. It's got so much more area. It's just brilliant. I've then got my tool cart. My jack is in between the tool cart and the bench. These things I'm either going to give to my dad if he wants them, or giving them away somewhere, sort of selling them or something. I've got my welder, which you guys have been asking about, up there. TV's in the same place, that's in the same place. I've got about 1 million cushions on here which I need to sort out still. But yeah, looks good. I'm very happy. I've got my Union Jack, of course. My signs, a new sign, my mum got me this one. So the sign wall's looking pretty good now, as you can see. The Ford sign, I don't think I showed you this one before, but I got me a Ford sign. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it. All that stuff is getting chucked away, which is nice. It's nice to have a spring clear out. All that stuff is going to be going in the bin, and there's a couple of bits over there which I'm going to give to my dad. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. The work area is so much better now. If you look at that, so much better. I'm so happy with it. I can stand here, and because it's a kitchen unit, the work height is perfect for me. It sort of sits at about my waist, which it should do. So I'm not bending over at all. I can stand here and work. I can stand straight. I'm quite tall. I'm like 6'2". So yeah, I think I'm going to leave that video there. I hope you guys enjoyed this little... I just thought it'd be cool to film, just to show you. If you guys have got a shed yourself and you want to do the same sort of thing, it's very easy. Just look for someone that's getting rid of an old kitchen. 3 units, a little bit of worktop. Boom, sorted. Oh, I didn't even show you in the cupboards. Hang on. I'm not going to end the video just yet. I'll show you what's in the cupboards underneath the workbench. I didn't actually show you, did I? So on the left we've got drawers. In the first one I've just got a few tools and some gloves. Nothing too crazy. In the next one, a few miscellaneous bits, battery charger, foot pump, jump leads, stuff like that. Next one down, I've got my welding helmet, welding gloves, some bin bags and some tissue. And then in the middle cupboard we've got cleaning / painting. So in the top I've got my bucket, my wash bucket, and then all my cleaning products are in there, as you can see. And then the bottom we've got, on the left is paint tins all the way to the back, and on the right I've got sort of fluids like oil, gearbox oil, brake fluid and that sort of thing over there. So let me try and put this back in, it's heavy. Got my shampoo in it, that's full. So that's pretty useful in there. It gets that all tucked away nicely. Then in the one next to that, we have got, in the bottom I've got sort of bodywork / detailing stuff. I've got my polisher in there, masking tape, buffing pads, sandpaper, stuff like that in that box. I've got a bunch of white vinegar, which I'll show you. I'm doing a video on that soon, so I'll tell you about that. And in this one I've got all my cases and I've written on them what they all are. So I've got a coolant pressure tester, oil pressure, screwdrivers, socket sets, and some other sets up in there, and then a fuel pump pressure tester as well in there. So I've got all my sets in one place, which is nice. Like I said, I'll do a proper tour of this shed soon, as well as a toolbox tour as well, but I figured I'd just show you that. So there we go, new workbench in the shed. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you soon.